Hello everyone, welcome back. KJ4YZ, I HamRadioConcepts. Here's a part two. I have to update you with a couple things that I've learned and experienced so far with this radio. I am quite impressed with this radio. So right now, it's red hot, okay? I've been talking to John on Simplex up in Melbourne at the full 50 watts for a good, 25, 30 minutes. I got it hot. In the beginning, I didn't tell him that I was on a different radio, and towards the end, I asked him, how do I sound? He said, oh, yeah, you sound great. What'd you do? I said, oh, I'm on a different radio. Then I explained it to him. So I wanted to just see, and he says it sounds spectacular. So I got it red hot, and I wanted to see what would happen if I burned this thing in. Probably 1 minute. I think this timeout timer is set for 1 minute, so a few times I hit that and long-winded. The fan on the back that I've noticed is when it's cool, it runs in between transmissions, it'll shut off. And now it's on full blast because it is red hot. So this case being like a metal or a magnesium case or whatever, really, and the heatsink is on the bottom, okay, which I probably could prop this up and it would stay a lot cooler. So I didn't think about that until right now. But it did stay quite hot and then it cooled down. So the fan running a few minutes, it's still hot, but it'll cool down. So far, no issue. The power did not drop once. I had about 47 watts on my meter the entire time into my amplifier, and then the amplifier out was different. So one good thing so far, that I did get some cook time. It was egg worthy and it held up. Number two, one of the things that I realized about this radio that a couple people have asked in the comments and I didn't realize until tonight. And John asked me the same thing. He said, I don't understand. What do you mean after I told him the radio's on? You could actually use this. Once you program it, you don't have to have the app or the phone running to use it. I've already had this programmed with a few channels, so I can hit the M button here. Channel, see?
Channel 2, Channel 3.
And that's it. I'm on channel 3. Now, there you go, channel 3. Or I can go back down.
Channel 2, Channel 1.
Okay. Or you could change the volume.
Volume.
That's all the way up. Okay, that's pretty loud. All right. But you could do
Channel 1.
all that on the radio without... So the most you would need the app for is if you wanted to add channels or use some of the mapping if the APRS does work, which we're going to go through a little bit more of that today and find out what's ticking with the APRS. But so far, man, I am quite impressed. There's a lot of radios out there, and would I rather have a Yaesu or Icon? Probably. But you know what? This is going in my work truck. I'm going to have this next to my 7100 for two reasons. Number one, my 7100 that's going in the vehicle is basically one VFO at a time. So if I'm on HF or I'm driving through town and I happen to be on D-Star, my hotspot, somebody's on Simplex, I always have Simplex going. I have no way to talk to them unless I flip back and forth or scan. So I'm going to mount this little beauty in the truck somewhere, and I probably just leave it on Simplex. Maybe I have a couple Simplex channels going, and I think there is a scan option, but you have to have the app going. I'll just mount this thing maybe underneath where it's not so visible and keep that for my Simplex or possibly my APRS radio at 50 watts, okay? That is going to be in my vehicle, and then I'm going to have the 7100. So that's going to be pretty cool. So we just discovered a couple more things that you can do the channel and volume without the app running. The app is not on. So far, the microphone, the PTT button, maybe a tiny bit of fatigue. The way this thing is set up, I really want this here. You see how this microphone's got like the same style cutout on one side as it does as the PTT side? I think I kind of want this right here to be filled in. So it's making me do this. That's how I feel with the ergonomics of this. Now, not really so bad if I do it this way, but the PTT button does not protrude as much out where I can use it like this. You can, but you really got to squeeze. So I think it kind of makes me feel like I'm pinching something like this, but no big deal. No problem. I've had worse microphones. Let's talk about what I've noticed so far with the APRS functionality of this radio. Can it be used as a full-fledged APRS radio? I'm not sure, but I'm going to show you what I found today with the app as I was playing with it. So here's what I've noticed. We're going to go back to the app here for a second. My tablet, for some reason, is not wanting to hold a charge anymore, so I leave it plugged in. Okay, so here's what I've noticed. Let's see if I can get this thing. Power saving mode. It's because the charging cable is loose. So let's see if I can get this on display here. It is actually decoding in the app the APRS traffic. Now on the radio here, I have it turned down. Let me turn it up. And you'll hear it. It's going to give the, the APRS traffic that I'm receiving on 144.390. Okay, and that's oh gosh, let me turn it down. And that's popping up here in real time, telling me how many miles away he is and the time. And then if I go up to map, it's actually putting this stuff on a map. You see, there are different spots here that are showing up. Zoom out a little bit. See, this is actually decoding what it hears. Here's the problem. I think they could fix this in an update. Okay, you can see all the activities being loaded, and you have the ability to transmit messages through this. What's cool is, if I see something here, I can click on it, and it'll give me an option right here. It'll tell me his station information. I could send a message. I could route, follow. I could hit send message, and go ahead and type a message to him. Okay, that stuff exists. Here's the problem, and I'm going to turn my radio. I got the FT2D. I'm going to turn this up so you can hear it, okay? It's not transmitting the appropriate APRS format, I guess. I'm going to turn this down here. I'm trying to do this with two hands here. Okay, let's say I want to send a message, okay? So I'm going to go like this. Testing. Because it's not going to come out anyways. Listen what happens. I'm going to put the handheld here. Listen to what's coming out of this thing when I hit send. Oh. Okay. That's like not APRS, what APRS should sound like. What APRS usually sounds like, if I go back here to APRS Droid app, which is running in the background, it would sound like this. Okay? That's what it would sound like if you're transmitting APRS. That's the APRS Droid app. So and I've tried integrating, running both of these at the same time and sending the audio out, AFSK, but there's no way to route the audio from the APRS Droid app to the app for this radio. Okay, they don't talk together. So what needs to happen, and I'm going to try to contact them and let them know, we need to get, this will work with APRS if we get that APRS output transmit the appropriate format so that all the other stations can understand. Because that little is not going to, here, I'll show you again. That's not APRS, okay? That's all it's sending, so nobody's hearing that. I may be transmitting that, but nobody's hearing it. So, possibilities here. And also, if I go here now, let's see. If I'm going to go to APRS, and I go to APRS, and the same thing with here. You can click message over here. You can click it. It'll show you where that person or station is. It's got potential. It really does. And then you can click on it here and get an idea of more information. Go right to message here. So it's got potential. You can click the button here. It'll show you where I am, over there, favorites, and more. Now, if I go up here to settings, let me show you something else. In the APRS settings here, if we could read this, you could also radio to internet. So it'll automatically send, it's got iGate built into the app here, okay? Auto share location over the internet. So you can do this right from the app without the radio. But there's something, if I could try to find this now, right here. Automatically share location. Current channel, or you can set another channel. So my guess with this is, I could say channel 5 is APRS. And it's automatically going to beacon, switch over and switch to channel 5 and beacon my transmit and go back to the channel I'm talking on, I think. I don't know why they would give you that option. We're learning about this together, guys. So I'm going to leave it on current channel because I assume if I'm riding with this radio on APRS channel, that's where I'm going to beacon my location, okay, to that channel. So that's pretty much what I found out so far. It does have potential. I did say that it is capable of APRS. It may be, but in this state, we have a couple issues to figure out. So the FM radio does work as well. I have it turned down now. But that's what we're looking at right now with my tablet that's dying. So overall, let's shut the tablet off here for a second. Okay, this radio right here it's kind of one of those radios that I actually really like. I didn't think I would like it this much. John said it sounds spectacular. It's a 50-watt radio. It held solid, transmitting over and over. So for people that want to get into ham radio, a couple people have made a good suggestion in the comments. They said I could put this out of sight so people don't want to smash my window out in my vehicle to steal it. And again, you could put it under your seat, put it in the dashboard, and just take the mic out, plug the mic in, away you go. You don't have to have your app running at all times, but it is something that for those who sit on one channel all the time, or maybe they only bounce through a few channels, this right here, can be used without the tablet just by flipping through the channels on the mic. I gotta say, hopefully in the next video I give you an idea of anything else I can find from the manufacturer, because I know a lot of people are thinking APRS is the key. And I'll talk to the manufacturer and ask them if they plan on doing one of these as a DMR. Can they make this DMR? I will find out from you guys, or for you guys. Stay tuned and I'll let you know what they say. Hopefully I get one of the DMR ones if they ever decide to come out with it, and I'll show you that as well. 7.3 KJ4YZI with a little update.